Yo yo, it's Momo coming to you with another video. Today I'm going to show you the drag raid that I use for trophy pushing in champs. Now I'm a big fan of drag raids. I mean, I've used them since I got them in Town Hall 7 and I've been using them for a long time, so I like to think myself being pretty good at using them. Now I've already got the raid up here and loaded. Now, mind you, it takes a very long time for you to find a base in champs, so I can't just keep going for a search because it takes way too long. Usually takes about a good solid half an hour before you can find a good base. And the higher you go in champs, the harder it becomes to find a base that you can actually raid and get some decent trophies from it. Now this is a Town Hall 9 base. It's a fresh Town Hall 9. You can see that it's got some brand new defensive units. It's got the Archer Queen. The Expos are still under construction, so this was a good base to raid for trophies. Now the key with drag raids is that you want to use 2 lightnings and 1 EQ spell. Or that's my version of it. Some people like to do 3 raid spells, but I like the 2 lightning and 1 EQ spell, so you can take out 1 air defense straight away. Now, with Town Hall 9s, there's a little trick to it though. Some Town Hall 9s which will have level 7 air defenses, you can't use a level 2 or level 1 earthquake spell along with your lightning spells, and it must be a level 3 or 4 earthquake spell so you can get rid of it. Now, the second trick is you want to sort of try and raid behind the air sweepers, because if you raid into the air sweepers, it will really slow down your dragons, keep pushing them back, and just in general it will make you stuff up your raid because it might push your dragons to go around the base instead of rushing to the town hall. And lastly, when you want to choose which air defense you want to take down, I usually go for the one that's closest to the town hall. That way, if I'm rushing to the town hall, it won't kill my dragons off too quickly, so that's why I chose this one. Now with your funnel, you want to start off like almost really wide, like almost on opposite ends, but not so far that you actually end up on opposite ends. You kind of just want to make your dragons focus on bringing the rest of your dragons in towards the middle so they can rush to the town hall. I start off by putting 1 dragon here and 1 dragon on this elixir collector. Now with your barbarian king, you can actually help your dragon's funnel with it by putting it on the outside base, and he can go for a walk around the base, cleaning up some trash ring building units. Or you can put your barbarian king with your kill squad in the middle if you really wanted to do it, but with no wall breakers and stuff, it's pointless because he won't get to the town hall and he'll end up just walking around the base anyway. So that's why I always put him on a little walk around the base to clean up some of the buildings on the outside of the walls. Now with the raid spell, you really want to make sure you get as many dragons and balloons into your raid spell. If you can manage to get almost 6 or 7 dragons and all your balloons into the raid spell, then that's the raid spell being used successfully. And I tend to use it around the town hall, so in case there's like air bombs or air mines or hidden Teslas that pop up and just really slow down your dragons. That way they can take care of the town hall and those extra units that pop out and make sure you get the town hall. Now with the balloons, you want to sort of put them behind your dragons, because by putting your dragons down, you sort of create a little tanking for the balloons, because balloons can actually go down pretty quickly by either the air defenses or even archer towers, and wizard towers can do quite a lot of damage on them. So you want to kind of like put your balloons behind the dragons, but at the same time you want to make sure they can sort of go to the next air defense, so you can get down another air defense so your dragons don't die off too quickly. So let's get started into this raid. This raid was a pretty good raid. I managed to get 80% damage, which was really good, because the higher the percentage you can get, the more loot you will get obviously, but at the same time, when the base is offering you an amount of trophies like 23, if you divide that by 3, that's coming around 7.3, 7.4 trophies per star, but if you add them together for 2 stars, that will go to 15, but sometimes it won't give you the extra cup. It might just give you 14 cups because you didn't get enough percentage damage. So that's why you always want to make sure you get as much percentage damage as you can. So let's start off this raid. So like I said, I put the dragons really far wide. Well, I start off with the lightning on that air defense, and then I put one dragon over there for a funnel, get the king to go on a walk, put the next dragon down here for a funnel, and this will make sure that my dragons end up going towards the town hall. See these little dragons on the outside, they help kind of like get rid of some air bombs around the base and make sure the main kill squad dragons are all down and not getting killed too quickly. Like I said, there's Teslas that might pop up, and that's why you want to keep your dragons just a little bit just in front of your balloons, so your balloons can get going to the next air defense. And like I said, the raid spell I put there, I got most of my dragons in there, my balloons went in there, and it really got rid of all those extra defensive units next to the town hall. Now this is the key to the funnel. You want to make sure your dragons end up going into like a sort of line, so they can just literally work their way down the base. See, I've got 2 dragons up here going around those compartments, and I've got the main kill squad here going through the middle, making sure I get all the loot, and if there was a town hall in the middle of the base, it will get the town hall. And you got 2 extra dragons going around this side of the base. So like I said, the more damage you get, the more percentage damage you get, it can actually get you that extra cup, and it will get you more loot in your loot bonus from the league. So yeah, like I said, these dragons are just working their way around the base now. You got them coming back into the base now, getting most of the loot. You got some coming over here now, they're about to split. This is really good if they do split. If this little dragon goes around the base, then I can get an extra 6% over here from these 5 building units. And these guys are just getting slaughtered over here by the air defense and Tesla and the arch towers. But the main thing was to get to the town hall and at least 72% damage in the percentage, and which we managed to do that. So this was a pretty successful raid, and I ended up getting 80% percentage damage for the whole base. So yeah, that's it guys, that's a pretty successful drag raid. That's how I do my drag raids. It works pretty well in champs, even though some people say it doesn't. It really depends on what base you go for. Like, you really have to look for a good base. There's no point in you going for a really hard Town Hall 9 base which have their air defenses all centralized, because your drones will just get slaughtered, you won't get to the Town Hall, and you might end up with not even a 1-star, because all your units will be down, and pretty much once there is no units you can't get any more damage, so you can't get any stars. So that's it guys, that's the drag raid, that's how I do them. For Town Hall 8, it kind of like almost guarantees you a 3-star if you're really good at them. I mean, for this base that I have right now, I mean, this is a pretty hard base, but again, I would go for this air defense up here, and then put my dragons behind this air sweeper. But I wouldn't come directly from here, because the defenses might get distracted and go on a trash ring escapade. But if you manage to like come in from this side, and then if they all work together and go towards the town hall, and you put a raid spell just about here, it will get to the town hall, and your balloons might actually take out those air defenses if they work well together. But that's it guys, hope you liked the video. Please subscribe and like and leave a comment, and keep on clashing.